Hello again, this is Mark Summers from Summers Technical Services. I'm going to have a series of videos here talking about how to make our interface fit blocks that you're designing. Here's a model of my bottom part. You're designing the top part based on the requirements I gave you in class. So first thing we'll do is create some geometry so I can load this into Mastercam and use this geometry to create my toolpaths. Since I've already created the geometry in CAD here, there's no need for me to recreate it in Mastercam. So let's create a step file. Step file is just a neutral file format that any 3D parametric CAD tool or CAM tool can import. So I'm going to do a file save as, and I'm going to change the file type to step. And there's a couple different options here. The only differences are different industries have different headers and metadata that they store with CAD data. But as far as the CAD data goes, it doesn't matter which one you use. They're all the same. So we'll just pick one and we'll give it a name. I'll just call it, sorry, I've already got one called bottom. So I'll just call it this 103 or 03 step. So that created that step file. So now let's get Mastercam launched here, and we'll see if we can't import that file. And it's the command that you use is merge as opposed to import, but we'll see that here in just a minute once Mastercam loads up. Here we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and set up our milling machine that we're going to use. So once this loads, excuse me, we'll come here to machine, go to mill, and we'll see what kind of list we've got here. I'll manage my list. When you come over for the first time, this won't be over here, so I'm going to remove it and show you what you'll look like. So I'm going to say mill, manage list. These are the mills that we've installed on the computers here on campus. So if you're working from your home education edition, you'll have to get these files from me in class and load these on your computer, so I can show you how to do that in class. But if you're on campus, you should see these different mills, and we want to add this 3-axis mill. This is where we're making our parts. So I'm going to say add, and I'm going to select it. I'm going to say OK. So now we can come over here to, oops, what happened to it? Machine, mill. You have to choose it. So there is the one I just added to the list. There it is. So now I've got my machine group, and this will apply to the entire set of toolpaths we're going to make. So while I'm in here, I'm going to go and set up my stock. And this is how you visualize what your stock is before you start machining pieces off of it. And so I just hit stock setup. I'm going to hit rectangular because we've got a rectangular stock size. I always want my origin to be at the top and the middle. You put your planes right in the middle of your model, and I want to replicate that in Mastercam. So I use 0, 0, 0 for the origin. And then for the height, width, and depth, we'll use 2 inches. And it gives us a little preview here. It looks good. And I have the green checkbox to say OK. And it's looked like it was there, but now it's not there. So what we'll have to do is go to, again, we're under toolpaths. We'll have to turn the stock display. You can turn it on and off. I guess the default was to turn it off. So if I click that button, it comes back on. And I've got different options to be able to locate the, just display it as a phantom lines, or I can do it as a shaded. I don't want it to get in the way of my part model. I'm going to merge here in a minute. So I'm just leave it like that. And there's another button up here for view. I want to get me an isometric view, see how this thing looks. And so now I'm ready to go ahead and merge my model in here. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go to transform. No, I'm going to go file. I'm going to go file and say merge. And I'm going to go browse over and find my step file I just made. So I have to come up here, here. There's the folder. And when I go sort by type, I'm looking for step files. And where is it? Well, I got to change my file type down here. So I'm not looking for Mastercam files. I'm looking for step files. And there it is right there. That's the one I just saved. So I'll open that up and it plops it in and I'll say, okay, hit the green checkbox. So let's see if this thing came in the right orientation. It doesn't look like it did. So I'm going to come up here to view, make sure I'm in my isometric view. And sure enough, yes, not oriented the way I want. So I need to fix that because I want it to look just like it looks in SolidWorks. And so the way we do that is hit this transform button. So let's go back to Mastercam. I'm going to first get a side view of this thing. I need to be looking into a plane perpendicular orthographic view. So I'm going to look at a right view. So I want to rotate this thing about the axis coming in and out of the page here. So I've got it in good orientation here. I'm going to come up here to transform, rotate, and follow the instructions. So it says select parts to rotate. I'm going to select it, say end selection. Now I've got options over here. I don't want to copy it. I just want to move it. And I've got this little triad here. I think I can spin this thing around. So there it goes. Spin it around what I want. Looks like it's, whoops, looks like when I click right there, that'll take it to 90 degrees. I got to type it in over here. That looks like what I want. So I'm going to hit the green checkbox, say OK. Now I'm going to go back to view and hit isometric view. And there it is. There's the orientation. There's the origin. Top of stock is this top plane here. I'm going to toggle back just to make sure. Looks just like my SolidWorks part when I go to isometric view. And so that's a good thing. I want those two to be oriented exactly the same so that I don't get confused when I switch from SolidWorks to Mastercam. All right, so that's as far as we'll go on this video. Next video, we'll go into creating some tool paths, and that'll take us to the phase 2 of the project.